ladies and gentlemen. Horses have now made their turn in the post parade for the introduction for the 25th running of the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Number 1 is Dexter. Fourth in this year's Ed Burke Million Futurity is owned by Howard Nichols and trained by Jaime Gomez. This will be the final ride of his fabulous career. Jockey Cesar de Alba aboard Dexter. He's retiring after the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Fastest qualifier, number 2, Alamitos, making his third Futurity appearance this year, is owned by Cesar Dabdub and trained by Jaime Gomez. The rider, Jose Nicasio. And number 3 is Lethal Lil, who qualified for 2 Futurities back in New Mexico, is owned by the Las Feliz Montana Ranch, trained by Christopher Odell. Jockey is Cody Jensen. The winner of this year's Golden State Million Futurity and the favorite for this year's Los Alamitos 2 Million is number 4, Flash and Roll, owned by Scott Bryan, trained by Justin Joyner. The jockey is G.R. Carter. Winner of the Governor's Cup Futurity last July, number 5, Powerful Favorite, is owned by the Rosenthal Ranch, trained by Christopher Odell, and being handled by jockey Eduardo Nicasio. And number 6 is Apolitical Pence, who is third in the Golden State Million, leased by Matthew Dunn, trained by Amante Rosa. The rider, Saul Ramirez. A finalist in the Ed Burke Million Futurity earlier this year is number 7, Mr. Apolitical, owned by the Legacy Ranch Incorporated, trained by Terry Knight, being ridden by Jesus Ayala. And number 8 is Deceiver, who's never been worse than third in 7 starts, owned by Ed Allred, trained by James Glenn Jr., and the rider Ulysses Gomez. Winner of the Golden State Juvenile, number 9, Seduction, is leased by Matthew Dunn, trained by Monte Rosa, being ridden by Ricky Ramirez. And number 10 is Transcend, owned by Ed Allred and trained by Scott Willoughby. Transcend's rider, Vinny Bednar.
All right, that was Ed Burghardt bringing him onto the track here for the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity. Let's send it out to Caleb with Jaime Gomez. Caleb?
Yes, indeed, Scotty. And Jaime won this race last year with Jay Fire up from the rail. And Jaime, if you're going to do it again, you're going to have to do it from one of those 2 inside posts. So before we get to the horses, you just gave Cesar de Alba the last leg up he's going to have here at Los Alamitos. You don't ride him very often. As a matter of fact, only one time this year, I believe. But what does it mean to you to have Cesar aboard your horse for his last ride?
You know, I don't even know if he's gonna retire to the last of the draws. So, you know, this guy is one of the best riders we have, and he got a lot of experience in the big races. And I really like the way he rides the horses. That's why I pick it up. You know, I tell him like 3 or 4 trials before.
He's got Dexter, and you actually trained Dexter's sire, Corona Cartel, who won this very race back in 1996. So how does Dexter remind you of his sire?
Well, this horse is really nice. You know, he was a little nervous in the stall. This horse lived in the corral outside, but, you know, I covered pretty good for the winner. And he relaxed really, really good the last 2 months. He put weight on it, and the horse looked better and better when after he qualified of the Ed Burke.
Your fastest qualifier is Alamitos, and you mentioned to me at the post draw, he's the only colt in this field, and you said this colt was feeling good going into the trial. So what went right for him that night, and what has to go right tonight to win this final?
Well, I just tell Jose not to get him, to warm him up a lot, you know, just kind of jog him and talk to him, and just, you know, just play with him. Don't make a mad or anything, because he got a little pissed off in the gate, and, you know, he make mistakes. So last time he don't make no mistakes, and that's what I need a good break.
It was the best break of his career. And I've noticed that in the gate, sometimes he'll have his head turned left and right. The starter has to work with him. So what have you done to get him to straighten up here for a proper break?
Well, you know, we're schooling these horses. Every time they go to the track, I take them to the gates, stand it, back it up, bring them back, and then walk it out of the gate. You know, you got to school him. But last night, you know, the horse, I got really crazy in the gates all the time. And this back, you see him move last night? I schooled him the night before. See, so you got to work with the horse. You know, they got to school him, and there's nothing else you can do, and hope for the best.
Last thing I'm going to ask you about the posts. You had a tough draw, right? You picked the last 2 posts, so they only left you with the 1 and the 2. So how'd you organize them for where they'll break the 2 of them, and how do you feel about the rail?
I just tell the boys not to interfere with each other. I say, go as straight as you can, and I hope you're the best. Stay in the front and break in front and stay in the front. I tell both the same. Said to them.
Jaime Gomez, guys, he has won this race plenty of times, including last year.
Thank you, Caleb. Jaime Gomez, great interview there. Very forthright. He said, I don't know how he chose between who would go on the 1 hole and who would go on the 2 hole, but he just said, guys, stay out of each other's way, and the best luck to you. And here's a look at your ticket, Jose. This is going to be a nice payout, $492 if you can get this Transcend home.
Look, this is where I play my pick for. If I'm right about my opinion, this is where I want it to be. If I'm right, we'll cash. If not, hey, may the best horse win.
All right, Ed Burgard joining us here. And Ed, we've got a big 7-5 favorite, not surprisingly, in Flash and Roll, but I'm a little surprised to see Transcend at 7-2.
Well, I think Jose carries a lot of influence with a lot of the players right now, and the videotape was huge on Transcend. I probably laid him a little bit too high because closers that draw the 10 hole tend to take a lot of money here. I don't think he's worth 7-2 myself. I think he should be about 5 or 6 to 1. I'm kind of surprised powerful favorites at 9 to 1. So we're kind of looking at a reverse here where powerful favorite probably should be 4 to 1 and Transcend a little bit higher.
Yeah, I would agree.
And Ed, did anyone in the track during the warm-up stand out to you?
Powerful favorite.
Ooh.
He really looked good when Eduardo Nicasio let the horse out a notch, and Flash and Roll looked good in Transcend. So those are the three that caught my eye the most. And the interesting thing is Dave Weaver texted me, and a really short payout. Somebody must be alive, have a huge ticket to Lethal Lil in the pick 4. It's paying almost the same as to Flash and Roll. It's really short. So somebody's got a big bet going on Lethal Lil here.
Yeah, that's the 3-horse. Cody Jensen's aboard for Chris O'Dell. This one's won 2 races in a row. But Eduardo Nicasio gets off to ride powerful favorite for Rosenthal Ranch and the other Chris O'Dell. All right, so 5 to 1 right now, or 9 to 1, excuse me, on the 5 powerful favorite, who added a flipping halter last time.